England take on Serbia at Wembley in another World Cup qualification game, the 9th one to be exact. So stay tuned to the very end to get my thoughts ahead of this game. Predicted lineup, preferable lineups in terms of what I'd go with, what I think Thomas Tuchel will go with, what is a game that he'll want to experiment, I'm sure, with a lot of things. Score prediction, yeah, everything that you can expect in a typical match preview, plus up and beyond. Keen to get your thoughts too ahead of this game. Welcome back to the channel, hope you're keeping well. Then international break, not being funny, I don't think it's my favourite time of the year at all, and you get these international breaks, third one now of the year, but at least England playing, in my opinion, is better than no football at all. But England won their previous two matches against Serbia. Both teams only faced each other 2 times. It's 2 wins for England. But both teams form then in terms of countries across all competitions. England then, it is 4 wins and a defeat. For Serbia, it is proper mixed. It's 3 wins but 2 defeats taking place at the Wembley Stadium. It's meant to be 13 degrees and a bit of rain. The referee here, I think it says he's Slovakian, Ivan Krulak, and it's available to watch it. And it looks like here it's available to watch at a couple of different places, including what looks like ITV, 7:45, so 7:45 kick-off on Thursday the 13th of November. Let's get into it then. So my thoughts going into it, I think, England, of course, having already qualified and in a healthy position, this is purely the fact to keep players playing in the international break, and mainly for Thomas Tuchel too. Well, fitness I think is of course key. If you have players for 2 weeks doing nothing, go back into an intense fixture schedule. I don't think that's good for injuries at all. Of course, there is that risk as well, the other side of overplaying. But I think these international breaks are mainly so Thomas Tuchel can get up to kind of speed and understand and know his squad a little bit more, and where his best players are, and of course different team selection we've seen this time picked by Thomas Tuchel, ever so slightly different. Some remain the same, for example, no Jack Grealish once again, but then we see new faces such as Alex Scott in midfield, so congratulations to him on his first call-up. So yeah, it's all about trial and error, and I think without these international breaks, if they're frustrating, then it'd be a lot harder for countries and managers to really do well. On screen there would be preferable lineups. How that works, this would be the England team I would select if I had the privilege to be England manager. So I'd have Pickford in goal. I'd have a back line of Spence at left back, James at right back, and Concert and Stones as the centre backs. I'd have Anderson and Rice in midfield. And then I'd have, I think I would have Rodgers on the left, Saka on the right, and Bellingham back into the side and called up to the squad in the 10, and Harry Kane down the middle. And this comes because James has done really well, I think, at right back. He can step into that midfield. So you're playing at right back and you're struggling for numbers in midfield, you just tell Bellingham to drop back and James to step into midfield. I think that probably is his best position. I know Chelsea play him in midfield, but I still think England still lack quality fullbacks. I think like Jed Spence's very good on the other side. Don't get me wrong, and Spence's probably better right back, but it's the make-do kind of England side with, of course, a couple of players dropping out of the squad. So England having to cater and work out what's best. Mark Gahey, of course, he's injured with Crystal Palace, hasn't travelled, so that is an obstacle because I like Gahey and would probably be in the starting 11. Midfield, Anderson and Rice, I think they complement each other really well, and I think they've both got more attacking talent than they get credit for. Bellingham, I think he needs to show more in an England shirt. I like him, there's no doubt in his potential and ability, but I don't think he steps up to the table as much as he can anyway when he wears that England jersey. Rodgers on the left-hand side, drifting into the 10, can interchange with Bellingham. I think Saka on the right and Kane down the middle, of course, coming back into the side. So that would be my team if I was the England manager. What would yours be? Let me know in the comments below. But swiftly moving on to what we actually think Thomas Tuchel will go with, or what I think Thomas Tuchel will go with. I think the back line will be the same, including the goalkeeper, James Spence, and instead of backs, Constant Stones. I think the midfield will be the same too, in Anderson and Rice. Saka, Kane, Bellingham, this is all the same, right? One change. I think Thomas Tuchel will start Rashford at left wing, with Anthony Gordon now pulling out through injury, along with, I think, was it Dan Burn that pulled out as well? Anthony Gordon and Dan Burn, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that was the case. So I think you go Rashford over Rodgers, nothing against Rodgers, but I think for Tuchel, I think it's key that he sees Bellingham, of course, wasn't in the previous squad for a couple of different reasons. So I think it's a big opportunity for Tuchel to see him, to find out his best position and whether he actually fits into his ideas in this England team. It's easy to just say, oh, Bellingham, class player, let's just get him the team. But we do have some good attacking talent, and also, there's no players given their space, or he's not given they're in the team. And Rashford's done very well for Barcelona. I think it would be a deserved start if he gets it, although I wouldn't do it if that makes sense. Nothing against him at all, but I really like Rodgers, signed a new deal recently at Aston Villa. Score prediction then, it's always tough and friendly. I don't think England will be at the races in terms of, qualify for the World Cup. We're in a really healthy position in lots of ways. I think we win this game though, no doubt about it. I'm going to go with 3-1 England, so a conservative, I would say 3-1 victory. Goals from, I think, Bowen off the bench, Bellingham from the start, and Reece James as well to, I think, his start and get that goal as well, maybe secure his place in the future in the starting 11. I don't like to say it as a Tottenham fan, but a player like Reece James, if we look at Premier League as a whole, is a good player, and you always hope that players like that are, injury free almost, and if I put the bias aside, he's a good player, he's very versatile, so I think that'll be the case. So yeah, there you go, everything covered in this match preview. Get involved with your thoughts. I want to know how you're feeling ahead of the game, assuming as an England fan, but also if you're listening, as a Serbian fan, if you're listening as a neutral or not really interested and just a regular watcher of the channel, maybe a Spurs fan from overseas that isn't as interested in England or simply doesn't like international football, but still do get involved. I want to know your thoughts, your lineups in terms of preferable and predicted, score prediction as well, most importantly. Who do you think is going to score? What will the score be? Is there going to be upset on the cards? But we will be providing England content, as you can see by this video, be match reaction, be player ratings for this game and also England's game against Albania on Sunday, isn't it? Yeah, Sunday. So don't worry, international break I know can be a boring time, but I've got a lot of Tottenham content. I've got loads of videos that will be banging out, I think, every day as well, on top of the England content. So you can never be bored in this international break. If anything, there's more content than ever. I know that sounds crazy, but we don't rest here at the channel. That's why we're simply, up there competing with the very best channels, which is always an honour and a privilege. But thank you very much for watching. If you're new, like, subscribe. Appreciate all the support. Come on, England.